Hi everyone, this is Veronica. Today we are going to talk about a policy that is National Mineral Policy. So, you know what are minerals? These are the solid chemical compounds which are found naturally in the earth's crust or in the form of rocks that we need to extract and then utilize, right? So, this is called mining. So, here we are going to talk about National Mineral Policy 2019. So we'll talk in detail. For my video updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. This is our channel StudyIQ. If you're preparing for any government exam, our pen drive and tablet courses are also available. For additional information, you can call on these numbers or you can visit our website also. The PDF will be available on the website. It will be available in both the languages, Hindi and English. So right now StudyIQ is giving you live classes also. So here is the schedule for the live classes. If you're preparing for these exams, you can watch our live classes also. So what is the relevance of this topic in your exam from UPSC perspective? Mains paper 2, it will be covered under this, and at objective level, as UPSC pre is coming, at objective level, National Mineral Policy, the features are very important. So now let's see why it is in news, because Union Cabinet has recently approved National Mineral Policy 2019, and National Mineral Policy 2019 will replace the existent National Mineral Policy of 2008, which was announced in 2008, in the year 2008 only. So why now we'll talk about the background, like how did this policy come about. See, the Supreme Court in 2017 made a direction to the government to review National Mineral Policy 2008, right? So the Ministry of Mines constituted a committee under the chairmanship of Dr. Rajeshwara Rao. He was Additional Secretary, Ministry of Mines, to review NMP 2008. The committee report was submitted to the Ministry of Mines, based on which the National Mineral Policy 2019 was finalized. Now, what is the objective of this policy? See, the new first is effective regulation. The new National Mineral Policy will ensure more effective regulation, and it will lead to sustainable mining sector development in the country. Next thing is about transparency, because it aims to bring in further transparency, better enforcement, balanced social and economic growth. This could significantly address the issues of project affected persons, especially those residing in tribal areas, because what happens, the people around the area where mining take place are affected at large. So this policy will take care of their interest also. And besides this policy has certain other aims also. For example, easy merger and acquisition of mining entities. Under this policy, they will try to attract private sector also in participation and exploration, and allow transfer of mining. So transfer of mining leases, and it will create dedicated mineral corridors also for the transportation. Now we'll talk about key provisions of this particular policy. See, first is industry status. So the National Mineral Policy 2019, it proposes to grant industry status to mining activity. So this is to boost financing of mining for private sector and for acquisitions of mineral assets in other countries by private sector. Next is right to first refusal. So earlier, if a firm that has reconnaissance permit, that is RP, it finds evidence to minerals, it has to inform the government. So suppose if there was a particular company, they find evidence, then they had to inform the government about that we have find presence of minerals at certain area. So the government will then auction off the area. But now under this new policy, such firms will get the right of first refusal. That is, the same firm would be given the area for mining. Next is involving the private sector. So National Mineral Policy 2019, it talks of rationalizing reserved areas for which were earlier earmarked for the PSUs, which have not been used. These areas will now put to auction. This will give more opportunity to the private sector for participation in mining activities, and the policy also underlines the need to harmonize India's tax, levy and royalty rates to global benchmarks to draw higher private participation. Next important point here in this key provision is transportation, because NMP 2019 focus on use of coastal waterways and inland shipping for evacuation and transportation of minerals, and it also encourages dedicated mineral corridors to facilitate the transportation of minerals. Now we'll talk about fund. So the policy calls for utilization of district mineral fund for equitable development of project affected persons and areas around the mining, where the mining will start. Next, there will be an impetus on export and import also, because here it is proposed a long-term export-import policy for mineral sector as an incentive for investing in large-scale commercial mining activity. Next is about the sustainable development, intergenerational equity. So what does that mean? See, here NMP introduces the concept of intergenerational equity that deals with the well-being of both the present generations and the future generations. It also proposes to constitute an interministerial body to institutionalize the mechanism for ensuring sustainable development in mining. So this is what we call sustainable development. And here, how about regulation? For regulation of the mineral sector, e-governance, IT-enabled systems, awareness and information campaigns will be incorporated. An online public portal with provision of generating triggers at higher level in the event of the delay of clearances by the state has been put in place, right? So as I told you earlier, the policy was NMP 2008, which is replaced by a Supreme Court decision. So here is the case where the Supreme Court gave this decision. This case is Common Cause versus Union of India and others. This you should remember as an additional information. So this is all about this policy. Here's a question for you. In the light of pressing issues being faced by mining industry, examine the features of National Mineral Policy 2019. So if you have any query, you can contact me anywhere on the social media. Thank you.